The I.O.W. Network.
Hey. I.O.W. Sports. I.O.W. Sports. I.O.W. Sports.
What
It's
up, though?
I.W. Sports. Bow, 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 bow.
I'm gonna need you to move into the frame, nigga.
Bow, 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 bow.
I'll fix that
Nah.
to slide over. I'll fix it later.
Slide to the left, slide to the right, crisscross.
I gotta fix it. Y'all, excuse. I know we live. We gotta fix
Yeah,
it.
we lied. Anyway, I'll keep it going while Mel is doing all that. What's up, boy? What's up? What? Here we is, boy. Here we is, boy. It's your boy Wakamar in the building, doing another live stream, coming to you live from North Kakalaki, Raleigh, North Kakalaki, with my boy Detroit, man. We in the building. He fixing the camera, but we about to get it straight. About to get it all fixed. Anyway, we about to get all the house cleaning out the way. Everybody going over to the website, www.ioften119.com. That's where you get all the information about anything I.O.W. Network related, including this show, Late Night Owl Show, Daddy Cooks,
All right.
R. Bob, LJ Presents. I mean, the list goes on and on about all kind of material we got popping.
What up, though, man? Down.
But anyways, and then we got that out the way. We're gonna talk some sports.
Why not?
Well, why not? Why not?
It's a good sports day.
Yeah, it is a good sports day. But what everybody is talking about, at least what I've been talking about on the late night show, is this whole drama. It's drama in Houston.
Drama in Houston.
Yeah, it's drama. you got it.
I know. I'm gonna play my
Drama in Houston. Drama in Houston. It's drama in Houston. The drama in Houston. Yo, this shit's getting nuts. Now all of a sudden, there's a third civil suit today. This is 3 days in a row. Like, this is like, am I bugging? Like, this is the most idiotic way of slander that you can possibly get.
Yeah, man, come on, man. Like, this nigga walk around taking his dick and just hitting people with it. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man, really? I mean, let me say this.
Hey, masseuse.
Let me say this, because I don't want to minimize
No.
stuff that really happens like that. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So I'm not minimizing that.
I'm not neither, but come on.
But
This
I just find it hard to believe
this shit just is
that he's
out
just
of
walking
control.
around like, you know what I'm saying? Just sticking his dick on everything. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You look,
Dick to the left.
right.
Dick to the right.
Like, come on, man. I mean, my thing is like,
It masseuse you now.
and why now?
Yo, the time this is what I've been like going dumb crazy about on the late night show the last
It's
few
like,
nights.
why now?
It's the timing of
Right.
all of this. Like it, like, to me, this is why this whole scenario is just outlandish as fuck. Is like, he's in the middle of the beef with the franchise.
Right.
The attorney, Tony Busby is the jackass name.
Right.
I mean, lawyer's name.
Right.
That's filing all these civil suits. And
I saw what you did, the jack off. And
I mean,
I see what you did there. I see what you did there. But go ahead.
But I'm saying he's a friend of the McNair family. He lived next door to Bob McNair before he passed. So you can't tell me there's no kind of, you know,
I ain't no conspiracy.
I ain't no conspiracy theorist, but you know,
I smell something in the air. You know what I'm saying?
Something smells a little fishy.
Very fishy.
Very fishy. Like, come on, man.
I mean, talking about violating the penal code.
But like, am I crazy to think like this is the biggest reach to try to keep Deshaun back in line?
I mean, everybody says that this doesn't match his character. Everybody say that, and it's just like this doesn't seem. All right, here's my thing.
Yeah.
Now, because I think Bart Scott had mentioned this too. When you get those athletic massages, sometimes depends on what it is. Like, say if it's a tendon, they got to go where the whole tendon. So they may have to take off your towel, tuck your junk in, and massage it. He said
they got to get in there.
And he said really those things. It's not even about. It's not. It hurt.
Yeah.
So my thing is like, okay, if it hurts and you're not, it's not a pleasurable thing. First thing from your mind is thinking about, I'm about to, take out my dick and put on old girl. You know what I'm saying? Because you in pain.
It's nuts, dog.
That doesn't make sense. And then it's like, what kind of, I guess my thing, what kind of mindset was he in to do that? And how did he do it? You know what I mean? Because like, okay, you get a massage.
Yeah.
Say your towel's off. So you saying he walked up to you and did like this, or he just take it and hit you? I mean, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense.
Now this was nuts. So the first civil suit is saying that the masseuse, he asked her to get closer to his groin area, and he's exposing himself. Mm-hmm. And then the second one is saying same thing, and then it went further, talking about putting oil on his butt and shit like that. And now the third one is saying forced to give him oral sex. So I'm like, really? Don't this sound like some Law and Order SVU shit? He's escalating. You know what I'm saying? This shit sounds too good to be damn true. It sounds like a movie script. It literally sounds force feed. It's literally, the civil suits is pretty much trying to paint a picture, trying to paint a story.
Right.
But my thing is like, if the allegations are so true and they're so horrific, so horrendous, just dick is just so horrendous that Deshaun just right,
like a fire hose.
Where's the charges? Where's the police report? If it's so horrendous, where's the actual filing of a crime being committed because you felt so accosted by a penis?
Right.
Where's the charges at?
Penal.
Yeah, penal code fo HOU. I don't Google that code. Where is my thing? Where's your evidence? Because now this is really becoming a he said she said situation.
And my thing too, like I know with the first case, the wording they say is that he should have even, I want to say, reasonably known that she didn't want that, or knew he should have known that she didn't like that. So then I guess my point goes to, how would he have known? Did they have a previous conversation? Mm-hmm. Is that what they're trying to say? Or, okay, here's my thing. It'd be different if he did something forcefully, like, penetration or something like that. Yeah, that's a reason you should know that's not, if she didn't say give you consent,
that
ain't right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you, because they said touched her with its penis. That's the first accusation.
Yeah. So
it's like, that's so vague.
What is that?
What is that?
Like,
I mean, you could be massaging it, and sometimes that mug
just flop.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes
do a LeBron James flop and just
it might grew a little bit and flopped on her hand. You know what I'm saying? That's touched. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Because they're not really defining it.
And they're not defining it, you know what I'm saying? Or he got up, he moved to the side a little bit, and homeboy said,
I just got the worst vision when you just
kick your mind together, man. Kick your mind together.
No, because that you just scarred me. No, I ain't trying to get hit with nothing moving at all.
I mean, but you know what I'm saying? So what does that mean? It's so vague. That's why it doesn't seem real to me.
And that's I'm kind of going where you're going to. Mm-hmm. Is like, it doesn't seem authentic enough to believe, because when it sounds like they're coaching these stories, right? They're cooking them up.
Let us say this too. We're not victim shaming.
No. Yeah, please say that.
You know what I'm saying?
Because that's not what we're doing.
We're not trying to minimize when real
situations happen.
I'm trying to think because I'm trying to be precise with my wording because if I say real to make it seem like I'm implying this is not real, we don't know.
No, we don't.
We speculating. But
I'm just saying,
as from outside looking in,
it looked fishy.
It looks and smell fishy, you know, and it's kind of like, and then I know as males, we put ourselves in those situations. It's like, I don't see how that can happen. I mean, you know what I mean? Based on the vagueness. Now, if you have more details, maybe you have more insight, I can say, okay, maybe I can say it, but you just saying he touched you with it, that can mean anything. It can mean anything. I've been known to touch some females on my penis. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Some was purposely, some was not. I'm just saying. All had consent. Just let me say that for y'all be trying to mention that.
Before you get us canceled, dog. Chill out. Chill out, man. Chill out, man. Don't get us canceled, dog.
It's all with consent.
Yeah, let's throw that word in there. Please clean that up, pimp. Real quick. Because, you know, we ain't trying to have Zuckerberg or YouTube or none of us come at you.
I be in Facebook solitary.
Nah, I done done enough Facebook jail. I'm in Facebook jail right now. I've done enough.
That's why we're not streaming to one our platforms.
Bruh.
But you know, but on a serious note, you know, if this is really true, then no, we feel for those women. And you know, we don't want to make light of. We like to laugh and joke, but on a serious note, if that's really true, then this is unfortunate for Deshaun Watson.
See, but it is unfortunate, but that's what I'm saying. When it comes to he said, she said, it literally becomes who can paint the better picture, right? And to me, even I don't, you know, I hate to say that I don't feel it. All these silver suits, because now it goes from 1, then it goes to 2,
right?
Then it's 4, and then now apparently it's 6, and it's like, how
it just seemed fishy. That's all I can say. It just seems fishy, and you know, you're tiptoeing in a delicate situation because
I'll say this now: when Tiger Woods had his situation, that was a little bit different.
Come on, Tiger.
Like Shorty's got receipts.
Right.
They got videos.
Right.
They got pictures.
Right.
They got text messages,
but
voice messages.
I'm going to say this. We're going to move to the next topic. But Bart Scott raised the interesting point. It might be Bart Scott, or I think it was Bart Scott.
Yeah.
It was on that show. But anyway, when things like this now happen, should we have videotape in rooms like this now?
Man, that opens up such a huge Pandora's box, because then you start playing with the privacy
and stuff like that.
You start messing with that,
and people selling your tape.
Man, there's been plenty of privacy issues throughout the history of America.
I mean, because then
you
it's
get
like,
to this one,
but how do you protect yourself against stuff like that?
Hey, on some real shit, I've heard of.
You bring another person in the room.
No,
what do you do?
No, literally, I've heard of athletes and I've heard of like celebrities. Like literally, if they don't have a videographer, I've heard of. I can't remember the rapper. He literally had. He was like, if a shorty was about to kick it with him, like sign a consent form and this and that, and then blah blah, and then you know.
Well, that'll work in that situation, but in this situation, there's no. In a general sense, there's no need for consent because we're not going here with a sexual intent.
But he was protecting himself because
right. I understand what you're saying. I'm saying in the rappers, and you getting ready to get down.
Yeah,
that's a whole different story. But if you're just giving a massage, and then because I put it this way, if I was a female and you asking me to sign a consent form for a massage, I'm like, well, what do you think gonna happen? You already opened up, you know what I'm saying? So now
I get what you're saying.
So it's like how I don't see how that would work in that situation.
I get you. But
the video, bringing your own person to videotape it, and that may work. But then you can have her sign a agreement based on, hey, look, blah 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 blah. You giving me consent to videotape, blah blah blah. And if I can't, I go to somebody else that will.
Hey, on some real shit.
So that way you ain't worried about nobody selling your stuff because it's your own private.
It's your own private recording,
right?
I mean, honestly, if you got to get to that point to save you from shit like this, that people can't, because it looks so blatant that stirring and cooking this shit up. It looks blatant.
It's the timing, man. It's like, come on, man.
Because it's like, bro, if he's already said, I don't want to be there. I will never wear your jersey again. And I said it last night on my show. Maybe the Texans can find some kind of weird, funky way to say, look, you know, we're gonna save you from these charges. Come on. We love you here in Houston. Come on, stay with us. You got your extension.
Right.
We just saved you from this whole shame of civil suits of being a dick rubber.
Right.
Like, come on, Deshaun, stay with us.
A DR.
Like, I'm just saying, I feel this is some kind of real cooked up situation to try to get Deshaun back in line. I just feel that way. It just looks that way. It reeks and is funky. And day by day, they keep adding more fucking civil suits with no actual evidence. It's just a lot of he says, she said bullshit, and it's nuts. And I hate that this is happening. I hope that it just goes away. And the timing also with that, the timing of when this scenario goes away matters too. Because what if this shit just mysteriously goes away right before training camp and everything's all good in Houston, Texas land? I'm just saying, watch out for that.
You know, it's BS then.
Yes. But we gonna move on.
Right.
Because not only is that freak show of what's going on in Deshaun Watson's world, he's still getting talked about being traded. I've been hearing talks that it might happen sooner rather than later. But that's why I think that whole scenario is so funky, because does it hinder his trade value? You know what I'm saying?
No, well, I listened to Adam Schefter. He said people they say that won't even affect his trade value.
Then if that's the case, then I bet you other owners know this is some crockery.
Mm-hmm.
That's saying something. Is that not? If his trade value doesn't go down, then nobody believe in this shit.
Well, here's what I say on that too. They taking killers, rapists, murder. I said killers, other people who committed crimes, and put them on a team when the accusations wasn't as clear. They want to start getting heated. Oh, we can't stand for this. You know what I'm saying? So right now, it's kind of, even though it's out, it's still under the radar, so to speak. It's low key.
What this shit?
What I mean by that,
they blowing this man's name up all over the place.
It's not a big stink where you got actual
proof
of it. It's kind of like, okay, it's he say, she say. We can put it this way: if you put him on your team now, you won't get as much blowback if she came out with receipts.
Okay,
then you'd be like, okay, we can't touch him. Now he, you know, says that's why I think it's not really about NFL. Don't really care to a degree until it affects their bottom line.
Because at this point, it's a whole bunch of civil suits.
It's not affecting their bottom line.
It's nothing, you know, criminal negligence or, you know what I'm saying?
Ray Rice wasn't the first person to abuse his wife.
No, and unfortunately won't be the last. So
but
you know,
that was a football player.
Yeah. And
the only reason why they made a big stink because of the timing that happened, they had a videotape.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't have a videotape, and it was just out, you know, as a rumor. He's still been playing.
Oh.
How many times they give Hardy a chance?
Yeah, Greg Hardy had his chances after his little situation.
I mean, we can go down the line and name players.
You can.
That have done things, and NFL is like
hell. Hey, Brett Favre had his little winky dink out,
right?
Messing with the reporter,
right?
And they really didn't trip about that.
They call him a Hall of Fame quarterback.
No, he was still getting checks.
I'm just saying.
He went from.
My point is, like, he didn't tarnish his career.
No, not at all.
Right.
So I'm actually interested to see how that really plays out with Deshaun. Because if you sit there and let Brett Favre continue to go get checks in the NFL, still be a prominent name, and still really nobody really threw no mud on that man's name.
Still got this nigga's commercial.
He doing the copper wire with Jerry Rice.
Right.
They still didn't throw no mud on that man's name. Okay. I'm watching this one because I want to see how this really gonna play out.
What about the free agent frenzy?
Yeah, the free agent frenzy's going nuts. Oh, this just came across the wire. So I got to talk about this.
All right.
So Mitch Trubisky just got signed as a backup. He's going to Buffalo.
Yeah, I knew that was happening.
I mean, as a backup role, yeah. So then Chicago goes and gets Andy Dalton.
Yeah, I was gonna bring it up, but since we're there.
Now we there. I mean, what
So here's 2 points on that. My first point, since we mentioned Mitch first.
Yeah.
Mitch Trubisky to me still has potential. His potential may not be in Chicago.
Yeah.
Because maybe they just can't. They may not be able to coach what he needs. You know what I'm saying? And plus, you look at Nagy, it's already fell out of love with him. Never really doesn't love him from the get go. And a lot of times, when you already have a preconceived notion about somebody, it's really hard to develop that relationship with that person.
Well, it's almost like a wall built up. You gotta take forever.
So whatever he does is always gonna be like, oh, he ain't no good.
Yeah.
So I think
he wasn't no good.
Let me finish. I'm not saying that he might have turned out to have a Hall of Fame career.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has the tools there that maybe on the right team he could have became something.
Right team, right system.
Right team, right system could have became something. Now, Andy Dalton, and I'm not dealing with the totality of Andy Dalton's career, but we're talking about recent Andy Dalton, recent Mitch Trubisky. You didn't step up.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? If anything, you might take a couple steps back.
Possibly, yeah.
So that was a dumb move on Chicago. Okay, the Russell Wilson thing failed. Okay.
Failed.
And nothing you can do about that. Nothing you can do about that.
Well, my thing
why
is,
not?
You want to go? We'll touch on that in a second.
Okay.
Now,
why not look for the next best option, which either being keep Mitch and work with him, or go over to the Jets, see what they talking about
with Sam Darnold.
You know what I'm saying? Sam Darnold been better than Andy Dalton,
give or take. Yeah.
Oh, he way better than that.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're in the same pool.
Well, I mean,
but certain days they might be better. I'm just saying,
Okay, I get it. But I'm just saying, he's still better. He's younger.
Yeah, younger.
So if he does develop into a good quarterback, you got a lot more years with Sam Dalton. But then again, if you go to Sam Dalton way, you still might as well keep Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, so to me, to go get Andy Dalton was a waste.
It wasn't
it wasn't uphill. Okay. Or keep Mitch and see what you get in the draft. See, here's the thing that hurt since we brought up the Russell I want to say Russell Wilson thing. The hurt Chicago is where they are in the draft.
Yeah.
They at 20. So that wasn't gonna do nothing for Seattle.
No.
You know, then what they had to offer,
not for getting a quarterback.
Right. They need a quarterback. So that wasn't gonna do nothing. The quarterbacks they had wasn't gonna do nothing.
No.
And that's what messed Chicago up. Now, here's what may work in the favor of other teams, because you got up until the draft before you can say, okay, Russell ain't going nowhere. So what Seattle may do is start evaluating teams and say, okay, look, here's what Chicago's going to give us. You give us that. Because now you think about when you're in the draft, you can add those draft picks up that you already use and add them on and say, okay, I can give you future draft picks. Or I can give you what I'm about to draft plus.
Yeah.
You can package some things together the day of.
I think I saw a link somewhere. It's like 3 first rounds.
Yeah.
Two players.
Yeah.
And they give all that to Seattle to get Russell.
So you look at that and you look at draft day. You can go to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
So they pick pretty high up and say, look, give us
give
what Chicago's gonna give us. You know what I'm saying? So one of those players is gonna be Tua. I mean, they need a quarterback.
I mean, Miami, not to get all gone. Miami should hold off on.
I mean, they should, but I'm just saying
they should hold off.
Here's my thing: if you have a chance to get Russell Wilson,
I hear you.
You gotta take that chance.
But I mean,
based on what you have,
yes.
San Francisco, same way.
Well, I think, are we both in agreement? San Francisco needs to move on. Period.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
San
settled.
Francisco the same way.
That's settled.
You can go to San Fran because somebody said, "Well, I ain't gonna trade." They might not trade them in their division.
I wouldn't do that.
But here's the thing:
get killed by the same guy twice a year.
Here's the thing: you gotta look at it from this standpoint. As you further you go on, the more leverage you lose or gain, depend on the team shopping or the team buying.
Mm-hmm.
So as you get into draft day, Seattle don't have as much leverage as they did before draft day. In some respects.
But maybe because at that point,
because if they really want to move from him,
well, yes, I kind of said the same thing when it comes with Deshaun Watson and Houston. Mm-hmm. The longer you hold on to him, the less opportunities it is to move him.
Right now, I personally think, and I listen to some stuff. By listening to some of the things I was hearing, and just while watching, that $39 million cap hit.
You got to be willing to eat that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You might teams like I was telling you about, like the Saints, teams like that, teams that okay, this year's not going to be our year.
Yeah.
What I would do this year for next year, and then go after Russell because you have to worry about that cap hit next year.
Yeah,
it's not. You know what I'm saying, the hit won't be as bad. Plus, you're working with more money.
I mean, honestly, you kind of. The way that Seattle's been kind of maneuvering so far in free agent new year so far, I mean, they made to get Gabe Jackson from the Las Vegas Raiders, so that does upgrade some of your offensive line play a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Who else did they get? I
can't see Seattle, so I can't speak.
So I guess they're slowly making moves. Mm-hmm. To kind of, I guess, appease Russell, but I don't know if that's enough.
What I'm hearing out there though is that eventually they're gonna move from Russell. It don't be this year, it's gonna be next year, because that's just how Seattle is. You get disgruntled against the organization, they move from you. I mean, Sherman.
No, I get that.
Go down the line.
Yeah, but you're talking about a quarterback, like to move off a quarterback with no real plan in place to really fix it.
That's what I'm saying. But this may be their plan. You know what I'm saying? Beef up our team for this year and plan to move them next year.
It's weird, man. Oh, well, I know. Okay, so they get Gabe Jackson. Mm-hmm. I like them getting Gerald Everett. Mm-hmm. Russell loves tight ends.
Right.
Gerald Everett is a serviceable tight end.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think he was an odd man out with the Rams. I mean, they had so much other weaponry around. And of course, they're pretty much, Sean McVay is pretty much geared off the run game anyway.
Right.
That opens up their passing game. That's how the offense operates. So maybe he wasn't going to be getting majority of those targets anyway. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I like that move.
I like that.
So there's at least 2 pieces of evidence that they're trying to do something. If they're building up for Russell now or building for a quarterback next year, they're doing something.
Right, and I agree. But like I said, the way this thing's going around the league, they're gonna move away from Russell.
Eventually,
it's gonna be now or later. And I mean, like now or next year, not like now or later. So,
I mean, hell,
it's inevitable.
Everybody. Look, Tom Brady didn't finish with the Patriots.
Right.
It happens.
It's a different league now. I mean, different sports league in general, NFL, baseball, whatever. It's different now. It's not like it was years ago.
I kind of like 49. Speaking of the NFC West, I mean, I think they're still going to be the dominant division again next year. I mean, the 49ers kept Trent Williams.
I saw that.
Got him on a big deal.
Nice deal.
I was a little
31-year-old, but
well, that's what I was saying. I was a little perplexed on the numbers because he's 33.
Oh, he's 33. I thought 31.
Yeah, 33. 32, 33.
Okay.
But either way,
he in his 30s.
He in his early 30s.
Right.
6-year deal for that amount of money, making him the highest, paid tackle. And don't get me wrong, Trent Williams is a monster.
Oh yeah.
He's a beast. He's a monster. But he's also had, on his way out of Washington, had a couple of little medical issues.
Right.
That's what kind of spelled the end for them because he didn't agree with their diagnosis, blah, blah, blah. But he missed games.
Right.
So he wasn't available for some games. But Pro Bowl talent, the monster. They kept their fullback, Kyle Juszczyk. Got Alex Mack, a center, to help them. So they're obviously revamping their O-line. Got a linebacker from the Rams, Samson Ebukam. I remember him. I remember from that Monday night game.
Right.
He kept Jason Verrett. And so they're keeping some of their pieces. They're going to end up losing Richard Sherman.
The 49ers, only problem was quarterback.
Yeah.
A healthy quarterback.
They haven't addressed it yet.
Yeah, and that's the only thing. They need a good, healthy quarterback.
Yeah.
That's why I wish Stafford went there.
What to
Sanford?
That'd have been nasty. Hey, the Cardinals, man.
Yeah, Cardinals.
Say what you want. I mean, get Rodney Hudson, a easily top 5 center in the league right now.
Right.
In 31, 32. You really didn't. I mean, you gave up a 3rd round pick. He's worth it, especially on your own line.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You kept your other tackle, Kevin Beachum. Okay, it's interesting sign. Of course, they get J.J. Watt.
Right.
Lose Patrick Peterson. Went to Minnesota. I didn't get that. Him going to Minnesota.
Yeah, why Minnesota?
He's on that backside of his career. You would think he's made enough money.
That's the way you can win a championship.
Just not Minnesota. I didn't get that.
Go to Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay, Kansas City, Buffalo.
Kansas City, Buffalo.
At least Buffalo. Even Cleveland.
Yeah.
I say Cleveland's in a better position than Minnesota.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I would just love a field with Kirk Cousins.
Tennessee, Baltimore.
Nice. Right.
I would like to see him in Baltimore.
Baltimore been great.
Yeah. But they get AJ Green.
Saw that.
And it's not a crazy amount of money that they threw at him. And honestly,
it's not a lot of money out there.
Give or take.
Yeah.
It is for the wide receivers, the market's pretty slim right now.
Yeah.
You see Kenny Galladay still out there, Juju Smith-Schuster still out there.
Right.
So
I don't think a lot of teams. Here's the thing, and I'm talking about this year.
Yeah.
Why would I throw 20 mil at you?
Yeah.
20, 30 mil at you.
I can get
like I got Devontae Smith coming out.
I'm not sold on Devontae Smith, man.
I could pick him up.
Yeah, and have fun with that.
You know what I'm saying? I'll pay him less.
I'm gonna say this.
Well, let me say this. Okay, say
Devontae Smith ain't playing the whole year.
Because you talking about frail.
He frail, bro.
I mean,
yeah, dude.
He be all right.
Man, no. This ain't the SEC.
You gotta catch that nigga.
No, this look.
All right.
This ain't
Before
the
we go down that
SEC.
rabbit hole, let's say this. Take any top prospect from college.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because years ago, it was like running backs made that easy transition because college did a lot of running.
Yeah.
Now college
do a lot of passing.
So it's a little easier for the wide receiver to make that transition.
And this is why I say the wide receiver free agency well is kind of small.
Right. So going back
because
to what I'm saying,
deep.
Right.
It's
and you look at I
can
get me somebody coming out the draft.
Yeah.
I got 5 years before I have to pay him.
Yeah.
So
it's cheaper out.
Well, it's cheaper. Why would I pay you 20 and the money is less?
Yeah.
So the best bet for a lot of receivers wait till next year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you see a lot of tape taking 1-year deals.
Yeah, people
they're taking a lot of 1-year deals.
Take a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
When that money comes, all right, let's go ahead and redo
and get paid.
Right.
I mean, because there's a lot of 1-year, 2-year deals that are happening right now in free agency, and it's smart on the players. Don't get trapped into a 6-7 year deal.
Right.
I mean, unless you're Trent Williams, when you get a big ass bag like that,
I don't understand.
It's okay.
Why the Lions but get another running back? That didn't make sense to me.
I don't know what y'all doing, man.
Because it's like you got Swift, you got Kerryon Johnson. Now, if you're not sold on Kerryon Johnson, trade him at least. You know what I'm saying? You get something for him. You can use that to get something else.
Hey, I don't
understand why you. You got so many holes on defense.
I don't know what your boys is doing.
You got so many. You didn't got rid of Jared Davis, whether or not you want to say he's good or not, but you got rid of him. So you need another linebacker.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
You open a hole, you got to plug it up.
Plug a hole.
Yeah.
They kept what's his name? I said his name
Romeo Okara.
Okara, right?
Yeah.
They kept him, right? Okay.
3-year deal, 39 mil.
He was all right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what you gonna do? You gonna need some more people on the defensive line.
Hey, y'all got Michael Brockers from the Rams.
I saw that. I saw that. But that's the only one I can say that's worth getting.
But I'll say this: Brockers benefited from Aaron Donald.
Right.
Y'all ain't got Aaron Donald.
You don't have Aaron Donald. You don't have Aaron Donald type talent on the line.
I don't know.
I mean,
maybe,
it's just
maybe
like,
Okara is. I don't know.
Go back to when the Lions had a decent defense. When they had Sue.
Y'all front four was stout.
You know what I'm saying? When they had, and then when they had
Sue,
Levy, so they had that first 6 or 7 was decent.
Front 7 was nasty.
Right.
Yeah.
So you look at that. They benefited from Sue being so big, push to get a double team. You know, you had Anza coming off that end.
Yeah.
He benefited from that. Mm-hmm. They don't have that now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why would you get a running back? I'm just baffled by that.
Hey, them and the Bears. I'm Detroit, y'all not getting your needs. Right. Chicago Bears, I don't know what the hell y'all doing at quarterback.
They got Opie Cunningham.
Hey, I'm gonna say this, and people might think I'm crazy.
Oh, we do.
Hey, I don't care. the signing of Ryan Fitzpatrick to Washington, just on a 1-year deal, makes great sense for them, because Ryan Fitzpatrick, at this point in his career, he don't give a damn. He gonna sling it. He's a gambler right now.
Ryan Fitzpatrick is the Vinny Johnson of football.
Man,
he's good to give you a good spark. Come on, but I can't. A whole year, Ryan Fitzpatrick, I don't know.
I'm not asking for him to be the franchise quarterback. Look, I can sit here and say that maybe if Miami didn't get so quick to pull the trigger on Tua, they might have been further down, further up in the rankings than what they were.
Okay,
because they were on a 3-game winning streak when they made the hook, and then when you keep taking Tua out, it was at least 2 or 3 games they pulled him out in the 1 possession game late in the quarter, just to go to Ryan Fitzpatrick. My thing is, if you got that much faith in him, you should have rocked with him for the season. It would have been okay if Tua would have sat for the whole year. It'd have been okay. I mean, sitting behind a quarterback and learning doesn't kill you. Like, I think Tua would have benefited from it. You know, but hey, Tua he's got his reps and it's cool. But sometimes it'd have been okay to just learn, especially if you take him out of 1 possession games,
right? In
winning situations. And to me, that says you don't trust him. And then the Redskins, Washington football team. I know they get Curtis Samuel from the Panthers. You know, he's a decent receiver. He's developing. His numbers keep going up year by year. So he's getting there. Get William Jackson III. That's a good cornerback. Hey, I kind of like what Washington doing. And you know, Washington's defense was solid last year.
Oh yeah, Washington defense was great.
You know, and then so take Taylor Heinicke, and maybe he can learn from Ryan Fitzpatrick, and that can, because I mean,
good luck.
Well, I'm just saying they you know, the Washington football team has only you know, a 10-year deal, could be max $12 million for Ryan Fitzpatrick. Heinicke just got it like as a 2-year $12 million. Now, they've only allocated about maybe $30 million towards the quarterback position. You know, I'm not expecting them to, you know, run away with anything, but they're in the NFC East. They have a chance to be okay with Ryan Fitzpatrick and Taylor Heinicke. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, you know, free agency.
I mean, I ain't mad at him.
No.
I ain't mad at him.
Kyle Rudolph, I didn't see that. Tight end.
Yeah.
Went to New York Giants. Same with John Ross, who hasn't lived up to that 4.25 40 speed when he ran at the combine. Well, I mean, his body reminds me of Devontae Smith. He's frail. You know, speed is there. It's good to have it, but you take one nice big old hit
and broke him up.
That speed don't mean shit. I like Jared Cook going to the Chargers, even though I don't want to see that because he's in my division. Jared Cook is he's a good tight end.
He's a good tight end.
And then, you know, I'm seeing a trend. Everybody's going to get offensive line help. I mean, it makes sense. I don't care who you got as quarterback.
See, Belichick didn't got so many tight ends over there.
Belichick is spending NFL money like he got the NFL stimulus check. Like he got NFL stimulus.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Just, bruh, he's
that nigga in the NFL strip club.
Hey man, I said it before on a couple of shows the last couple of nights. He's getting back to that power running, control the clock, 2 tight end set.
Here's another thing too. You look at, see what the tight ends that he have. No matter what package you in, he can just stretch the whole field. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Because you say, oh, okay, you want to bring in a package that's gonna stop the run?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna just call a pass play.
Yeah.
Now you know what I'm saying? You bring in your smaller set, trying to the pass play, we just gonna put them back and run. So anywhere it go, most of the tight ends, the one he got, Aguilar, forgot else he got.
You got Aguilar, they got Bourne from the 49ers.
Right.
But you get Jonnu Smith from the Titans.
Smith. So you look at,
I like him.
They can block.
Yeah, Hunter Henry from the Chargers.
And they can catch.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Bro, this is literally going back to the Killer Hernandez and a Party Boy Gronk,
right? 2
tight end set. And that was a dangerous combination.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and literally, you know, if the boy wasn't such a killer, they probably would have done something with that 2 tight end set.
You know what I'm saying? He out here committing crimes instead of making plays. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but that's what Belichick does. 2 tight end set, run the ball, take your shots every now and then. And I hate to say it because you know how I feel about Cam.
Mm-hmm.
That suits Cam perfect.
Yeah.
That's what gave him that success in Carolina was running game, control the clock, 2 tight end sets. You know, don't necessarily need a top caliber wide receiver.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A serviceable defense. And you know, Belichick's always gonna get his defense right. He's already made moves. Come on, you get Matthew Judon.
Mm-hmm.
You just made the Ravens less good on defense,
right?
And made yours better. You know what I'm saying? Hey man,
we're in the house.
Patriots, man. I hate to say it.
It's time to go above the rim.
it might get ugly, man. Yes, sir. It's the start of the NCAA tournament. Yeah. It's bracket time, y'all. I need to we got time to finish. I got to fill up my bracket because the first game will start till like 5:00. But it's only the first 4 today anyway. Right. You got Texas Southern versus Mount St. Mary's, Drake versus Wichita State, Appalachian State versus Norfolk State, UCLA versus Michigan State. I know you would hold UCLA, put stomping on them boys, huh?
Stomp a mud hole in them.
So I mean, the first 4 games, they can either, last few years, majority of them gone down to the wire, and you get some good games. Right. This is where you might get a Cinderella coming about. These 4 games.
But here, I tell you to watch for. I think Creighton's gonna go pretty far.
Yeah,
at least to the Sweet 16. I think Tennessee is gonna do something.
Wow, you really liking Tennessee?
I think Tennessee gonna do something,
man. Honestly, I've said the team that might win it is going to come out the Big Ten.
Because I think Illinois got a good chance of winning.
I
would pick Michigan if they had leavers.
Yes, and that's, you took it right out of my mouth. Mm-hmm. People were jumping on.
But they got a tough bracket, man. Michigan got a tough bracket.
Not only is it tough, but like you said, without leavers, it would. That's a big piece to be going through the tournament without.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
I just think the next best will be Illinois.
Illinois. If I was a betting man,
mm-hmm.
I would go either Illinois or Baylor.
Yeah, or Baylor. I can see that.
I'm not.
It's not. I mean, Gonzaga.
I know they the number 1 seed. I know.
I mean, nothing.
You know. I mean,
Every year.
I'm not sold on a team that plays in the WCC. West Coast Conference is Gonzaga's conference.
Right, sounds more like a WB.
You know, they not playing.
They just acting.
Yeah, I'm not, and no, don't get me wrong. They're going to get recruits because it's Gonzaga, and you know, just how we talked about before, coming from a Cinderella program 20 years ago to now being one of the top basketball programs.
Right.
You know, Mark Few is doing his thing.
Right.
Granted, but at the end of the day, you're not going up against, you know, top talent every time you play.
Right.
Like a team in the Big 10, like a team in the Big 12. You know what I'm saying? You know, if they run up against one of these teams from the Big 10 or the Big 12, I don't like your chances. I don't. So we'll see what happens with the tournament. You know, the NBA, of course, had a couple of games last night going on. Greek Freak and the Milwaukee Bucks had a well-fought victory over the Joel Embiid-less 76ers. You know what? I freaked out. I did it with the Lakers and the AD injury. But the 76ers have been maintaining. They've been okay. They haven't traded, and they almost get a victory over the Milwaukee Bucks.
Right.
I mean, to me, I'm more impressed with a loss in overtime from the Sixers to the Bucks than the Bucks getting that win. You know, and don't get me wrong, you know, Greek Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah,
you know, he played well.
What he said.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'd be fucking up his name. I don't care. You know, Greek Freak. That wasn't him.
That's what I call him.
You know, you know, I gotta say it. You know, I just stuff the paint and see what happens when you play Milwaukee. If you keep Giannis out the paint, see what happens. And like, I'm watching the highlights of that game, and literally, majority of his points was literally coming off those long strides, and he's going to the cup.
Right.
Clog the paint, and I'll take my chances. You know, maybe Chris Middleton can get off behind the arc. He can do that. But you know, when Greek, I'll take my chances having Giannis shoot the threes. For real. He'll make some, but I'm, you know,
the thing is,
I'll take my chances.
Even with Milwaukee, man, they got some decent outside shooters. They'd be deadly because you stuff the paint. I drive to the hole. I'll draw you near me. Somebody open.
Just
kick it back.
Kick out. Boop. Wide open.
That's our open three. Then when you decide to not double team me, then I'm gonna come in and take it to the cup.
Yeah.
You know, so
and honestly, I think that's Milwaukee's game right there.
What do you think about him sitting down?
I mean, they making that out of nothing. It's just a celebration. If you don't want him celebrating, stop him.
Stop him
from scoring. Stop him from winning. If it bothers you that damn much, you play defense. Point blank period. Yeah, you sitting down, you give me. Stop him. Play defense. I ain't trying to hear that shit. You know, another team I'm kind of skeptical on. Two teams, matter of fact, played each other last night. Dallas Mavericks got a good win over the Los Angeles Clippers. Kind of handed to them 105-89. And this is the reason why I'm saying I'm skeptical on both these teams. So I'm watching that game. I kind of watched a little bit of it before I started shooting last night's show. So my thing about Dallas is, you know, it's all Luka Doncic.
It's all Luka.
It's all Luka. And what bothers me is that Porzingis is barely contributing. He's getting his rebounds, yes, might get a couple of assists, maybe 1 or 2 blocks, but his shooting has not been great. You know what I'm saying? He's a unicorn. He's 7'2", and you know, he had a couple of plays where I'm like, oh, if he can do that on a consistent basis, he's unstoppable. He backed down on a couple of Clippers last night, and they couldn't do nothing with him.
Right.
Well, my thing with Porzingis, health, durability, and being consistent with his shooting. And then Dallas might be all right.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Dallas, you got to shout out Bradley.
Oh, Sean Bradley. Yeah, I
yeah.
saw that. I saw that. Had a spinal injury. Man.
Paralyzed.
Yeah, paralyzed. Man, well wishes out to you, Sean Bradley.
Shout out. I want to shout out. I know you might not see it, but shout out Keyshawn.
Keyshawn, yes. Had his oldest daughter pass away. Yeah. Terrible news.
Terrible, man.
Terrible news. Keyshawn Johnson, shout out to you.
Right.
You know, and then going on to the LA side, the Clippers side, man, they just look like, I don't know. They look like they missing something.
They always
man.
up and down. It's like they're going this a 3-game winning streak, like, oh, Clippers like a contender. Then they start losing again.
Bro, they didn't take no advantage of AD being out with the Lakers. They've gotten worse.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hey,
they should be separating themselves.
My thing is, Paul George still inconsistent. He started hot and just got cold. All of a sudden, can't barely shooting 50% half the damn time. And then Kawhi, I don't know, like, is he scared to pick up the slack and just say, "Oh, well, fuck it, y'all motherfuckers ain't doing shit. Let me go bomb."
Braids too tight.
Them cornrows too tight.
Cornrows too tight. Throwing that nigga shot off.
Anyway, Brooklyn Nets still staying hot, man.
Harden said, "I want this ring."
Hey, Harden
I want this ring.
If you ain't got him in the MVP talk, I don't know what you watching. I've never been a Harden guy, but I'm not gonna sit here and just act silly.
Like he don't play me, I'd be like, go for the sweep. So they come swoop.
I mean,
and then they got a commission.
He's
sweep the leg.
And this is with every now and then Kyrie might miss a game here or there.
Right.
KD still hasn't played in almost a month.
That nigga fragile too.
But I'm just saying, James Harden still keeping the Nets hot. So shout out to to the beard,
to Jimmy,
to the beard. One more quick shout out before we get it off your chest. I gotta shout out my guy, Alex Ovechkin, OV8. Took sole possession of 6th place on the NHL career goal list Tuesday night, scoring goal number 718, passing Phil Esposito. So my man, every now and then when I tune into hockey, I gotta tune into my man OVA in the Washington Capitals.
I'll be watching Gretzky.
Gretzky don't play no more, bro. He don't play no more, bro.
You sure?
Yeah. It's been a hot minute, a real hot minute. Like I'm talking about, like new franchises have popped up since the last time that Wayne Gretzky has played. But I think we have
in a time capsule.
Yeah, but I think we have come to that time in the show that we gotta get it off your chest. Save your chest, little nickel. So, I'm not big on LeBron James. I made it clear, plays at times, blah blah blah. But I always respected what he does as a man. And I gotta respect this business move that this man has just made.
Right.
So he already had bought 2% of the Liverpool Football Club years ago. And I think it was like a $2 million or $6 million investment, now worth almost like $54 million. But anyway, now he is joining the Fenway Sports Group as a partner. Him and his partner, Maverick Carter, have invested in and become partners with the Fenway Sports Group. And by doing that, it gives him ownership stake in his subsidiaries that include the Boston Red Sox, the Liverpool Football Club, Roush Fenway Racing, and the Regional Sports Network, NESN.
Lots of subsidiaries.
That's a big move. That's a power move. That's boss move. You talking about changing the game? That's a game changer right there. Right. That's putting people that look like LeBron in seats, power seats. Like that's a power move right there.
Right.
You got ownership stake in the Boston Red Sox, a team that's worth over $4 billion, a team that is recognized over the whole globe in the baseball world.
Right.
Boston Red Sox is a very significant name in the game of baseball and LeBron James has a stake in that team. Liverpool Football Club over in Europe, I don't think people realize how much revenue these football clubs make over in Europe. Liverpool Football Club is another billion-dollar sports franchise
Right.
that LeBron James has ownership stake in. Then you go a racing team, stake in that. There's money in racing, ownership stake.
That's
and
right.
Then a sports network, NESN, which is big in the whole northeast of America. You talking about Maine, Massachusetts, of course, Vermont, Rhode Island, New York, over there,
all over
the whole northeast sports network. So, like anything that he want to put on, plenty of people gonna see it.
That's true.
He has ownership stake in that too. This is a power move. This is a game changer. He's 36, still playing, and he's already eclipsed 1 billion in career revenue already from the Forbes list. Say what you want about LeBron and basketball, whatever, but business mind, the man's smart, the man's a genius, and he's doing stuff that most cats can't do, and it's not too many people that look like him can say they got ownership in billion-dollar sports franchises. He's one of them. So, hey, shout out Brown for that one.
Holla at your boy!
Say it with your chest.
Little ass nigga.
Little ass nigga.
I'm gonna try to be brief with mine. So they have in Florida that the Debbie Mayfield's trying to pass her version of the what's it called, Fit to Play.
Oh, okay.
Fit to Play, where they're trying to get college players paid.
Yeah.
And if you look at the money that these schools are making, I think the median budget that they work with at the big schools is $60 million. Yeah. A third of that subsidized to the rest of the university. So you're looking at, they have a budget set out for college athletics for $60 million. So they take up most of that, and a third of it is left over, spread out between most of the athletics. So football leading that.
Yeah.
So football's leading that.
Basketball right behind it.
Right, basketball's right behind it. Then everybody else
pretty much whatever else you get.
Right. According to a study by Humphreys, they said the university and Division I teams, they receive 8% more taxpayer money. So that's kind of a reason why some of them kind of push the sports, because now you in the political realm where they get ready to pass certain laws, certain tax cuts. If you have sports, now it's not even talking about whether or not your team is doing good. The fact that you have sports,
you just have it.
It draws people to it. It makes people want to give to your program. Having a sports team attracts private donations. So it behooves you, it's beneficial for you to have some kind of working collegiate athletics on campus.
Yeah.
Not last year, Governor Newsom passed their version of the Fair Pay to Play Act, which kind of pushed us into other states wanting to do it, and a national law, for to be not a law, but the NCAA to kind of, look at that, because a lot of people looking at when California passed that, they have an unfair advantage for recruitment. Because I might as well play for a team in California.
I get paid.
You know what I'm saying? And this kind of brings me to the conversation I overheard Jay Will and Seth, I can't think of his last name.
Seth Greenberg.
Yeah. Thank you. They had a conversation talking about it. But really, some of the things that kind of struck me is that, first of all, Jay Will's coming from the perspective of a player.
Yeah.
Greenberg coming to a perspective as a
coach
and an administrator. So what always gets me when we come to issues like this,
two sides of the coin.
Not only that, but when you have people in position of power, they always have some kind of negative way of, talking down to the person that's looking for them for want to lift their foot off your neck, so to speak.
Yeah.
So going by the information I gave you earlier, college athletics is big. It's drawing in millions of dollars, and sometimes spilling into the billions if you add endorsements and all that stuff into it.
TV revenue,
TV revenue, things like that. But then you have players that's living below the poverty level.
They broke.
So Greenberg said, well, I think Jay Will had brought the issue of, I think it's Florida Gulf Coast.
Mm-hmm.
How they getting off with this, everybody's kind of hyping them up. And so Jay Will's kind of like, well, if they can monetize that, they can bring in revenue. So Greenberg was like, well, once they graduate, they can monetize that. And see, that to me shows you the disconnect. Disconnect on one thing, it shows his age. It shows a disconnect how social media works.
Mm-hmm.
Because social media works on what's hot now.
Yeah.
What's hot now, that's how you capitalize. If you get in too late, you miss out on the revenue stream. So for them to say, okay, we graduate, now we trying to tap into a monetary thing, that's like, who are you again? You're not relevant anymore. You know what I'm saying? You think about YouTubers and how, when you go down the line, you can look at PewDiePie, Ryan, the one who unwraps toys, Jake Paul, just going down the line, Nerd City, all the different big YouTubers that people watch and making money. And because I think one of the things he said about the age, some of them YouTubers, like Ryan, I think is what, 6, 7, 8 years old. One of the most paid YouTubers. So age shouldn't be a problem. Education may be financial education should be a piece of how to handle that money. You know what I'm saying? But age should not be one of your arguments. And then, some people say, well, you can't, the lines be blurred between professional and collegiate athletics, only for people who doesn't have a good brain in their head. You know what I'm saying? And what's the difference? I mean, my thing is that's silly, because professional football and collegiate football are two different types of football. I'm using football because it's the leading sport. But when you talk about any athletics, professional baseball, professional basketball compared to collegiate baseball, collegiate basketball, whatever you want to put in there, you put your own sport in there, whatever you want to put in there. There's a separation of how they play. So people know the difference. The money is there because you are making money literally off the backs of these players. And then I can't sell my image. I can't sell my likeness. Now, yeah, they pass a law, we can do that. That's fine. But I think revenue share is a good portion that should be added to it, where they've been fighting. They fought against adding that to the bill in Florida. And well, how are you going to do that? How you going to divvy up the money? See, regardless, you can figure that out on the back end. Pass the law so at least have the ability to do it.
Yeah.
But my thing is, like, I'm tired of this issue popping up. We need to go ahead and pay these players and stop letting them live below the poverty level where they have to do.
Well, they're being extorted.
Right. We're being extorted. And before you turn into another Maurice Correct.
Yeah. And you got to
Holla at your boy!
say what shit. Little nigga.
Good show, man.
Good show. I mean, hey, spitting facts.
Right.
Speaking what we feel. That's our show today, y'all. Y'all can catch me tonight. I'll be on at midnight.
He be on at midnight, getting it in.
Yeah.
He switched to Modelo Mar.
I was Kool-Aid Mar last night because I had Kool-Aid. I needed to have a come to Jesus talk with the people about this Deshaun situation. So I need a more clear mind.
Moon come out, some people turn to werewolves. This nigga turn to Modelo.
But no, that's our show. It's your boy Walker Mar in the building. It's that guy Detroit Mel. Until next time, folks, we will see y'all Monday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace.
Cause I wanna get it on till I die. Am I wrong? Cause I wanna get it on till I die.
The I.O.W. Network. Hey. I.O.W. Sports. I.O.W. Sports. I.O.W.
No, just I'm gonna say the number 2. Dang it.